Saudi Arabia, a land that sparks your imagination. Famous for its sweeping deserts, holy cities, and ambitious modernization, it's one of those countries that is full of contrasts. It's a place where old traditions meet new ambitions. Breathtaking natural landscapes live side by side with cutting-edge architecture, and the heartbeat of Islam rings throughout each and every corner. But for many, Saudi Arabia is also mysterious and misunderstood. Is it really as conservative and traditional as people believe? Or is there another side to life in the kingdom? Let's dive deep into Saudi Arabia, a country that is as fascinating as it is unique. Saudi Arabia represents a place where the past, present, and future converge together. One would think walking through ancient ruins, but finally end up in a sci-fi movie in the city, given everything is so modernized there today. It creates this very peculiar culture and style of life, feeling sometimes that one lands in two worlds simultaneously. At its core, Saudi Arabia is deeply rooted in tradition. The culture is shaped by Islamic teachings and tribal customs, and there is a deep regard for family. However, an inherent tension exists between these and the modernity that has been thrust upon society. For instance, the kingdom has only recently ended a ban on women driving, an almost revolutionary move in a country that previously had some of the world's strictest gender segregation rules. And though women are now free legally to take the wheel, they must navigate social restrictions and limited liberty in much of life. Now, let's start with Saudi Arabian historical and cultural treasures that define the kingdom from its past. A UNESCO World Heritage Site that Saudi Arabia is very proud of, Hegra, or Mada in Salih, is an example and confirmation of the ancient Nabatean era. Dating back over 2,000 years, Hegra was the major trading center on the incense route. The Nabateans, the same civilization that built Petra in Jordan, left behind more than 100 intricately carved tombs lodged in sandstone cliffs. Undoubtedly, the star of Hegra is Qasr al-Farid, or the Lonely Castle. This monumental tomb is carved from a single sandstone rock and stands as a silent witness to the richness of history in this region. Buried under sand for centuries, Hegra was rediscovered in the 19th century. Today, it stands as a gateway to Saudi Arabia's ancient heritage, drawing visitors from around the world. Walking through Hegra is like stepping back in time, and it is an emotional experience to stand among structures that have endured thousands of years. Mecca and Medina for Muslims all over the world are more than cities. They represent sacred places. Mecca is where the Kaaba, the holy city in Islam, is situated and marked as the birthplace of the Prophet Muhammad. Millions of Muslims have taken part in the Hajj annually, tracing the steps of those who preceded them. Medina is the resting place of Prophet Muhammad and the city where the Muslim community first flourished. The Prophet's Mosque, with its serene architecture and spiritual significance, makes Medina a haven for reflection. Even for non-Muslims, the devotion and history surrounding these cities evoke awe, respect, and honor. If Saudi Arabia's history is awe-inspiring, its vision for the future is jaw-dropping. This vision lies at the heart of NEOM, a $500 billion mega-project that will redefine urban living. NEOM is not just a city, it's an ambitious project combining sustainability, technology, and innovation. One of the most futuristic concepts in NEOM is The Line, a 170-kilometer-long car-free city that runs on renewable energy and focuses on walkability. Just imagine a place where everything can be accessed within a 5-minute walk while preserving 95% of the natural environment. NEOM is the Saudi Vision 2030 plan to make it less dependent on oil and diversify across other sectors. It is bold to move into a future where Saudi Arabia holds a global position in innovation and progress. Riyadh is where most of Saudi Arabia's modernity is visible. It's very much a city of skyscrapers and landmarks. The most iconic Kingdom Tower, up to the Al Faisaliya Center, signifies the ambitions of the kingdom. The metropolis is a busy town of traditional markets alongside the modern shopping malls that symbolize being at the heart of the politics and financial hub of Saudi Arabia. The modernization is being done while preserving the culture in Riyadh. For example, the Diriyah Gate project is transforming the historic birthplace of the Saudi royal family into a lively cultural district. Living in Riyadh is all about living in a city that breathes and is constantly changing, but also never forgets its origins. Saudi Arabia is a beautiful country, and its beauty doesn't just stop at deserts. The Red Sea coastline features some of the world's best diving sites. The Red Sea hosts the most vibrant coral reefs and rare marine life. Its clear waters attract divers to spots like Farasan Islands and coral reefs close to Jeddah. Tourism is secondary. The Red Sea is part of global trade. Ports across this land bridge continents, acting like life support for its economy. One needs not forget that in the arid kingdom lies another treasure, the wonders of its natural world. Known as the Empty Quarter, the Rub al Khali is the world's largest sand desert and one of Saudi Arabia's most mesmerizing landscapes. The vastness of the Empty Quarter is both humbling and breathtaking. It's a place where golden dunes stretch endlessly to the horizon. For centuries, the Bedouins have called this harsh environment home, navigating its dunes and living off its scarce resources. Their nomadic lifestyle is a testament to human resilience and adaptability. Exploring the Empty Quarter feels like stepping into another world, a world of solitude, silence, and endless beauty. Despite its rapid modernization, Saudi Arabia remains deeply rooted in its traditions. Hospitality is the bedrock of Saudi culture. Guests are welcomed with Arabic coffee and dates as symbols of warmth and generosity. Falconry is more than a sport. It's a centuries-old tradition that reflects the Saudi connection to nature. Traditional dances such as the Arda also celebrate the country's cultural heritage. Saudi traditions are a mix of pride, community, and respect for history. Living in Saudi Arabia can feel like entering a different world, especially for those who are not familiar with the region. Islam plays a central role in daily life, influencing everything from work schedules to social norms. For example, prayer times punctuate the day, and businesses often pause during these moments. Family is the core in Saudi society. Dinners and celebrations often bring a family together, whether related or not. Now, let's get into the daily life of an average Saudi citizen. From lavish weddings to family gatherings over a plate of kabsa, a traditional rice and meat dish, life here revolves around close-knit relationships and hospitality. Traditionally, men and women have very different roles. While gender norms are shifting slowly, much of life is still divided along these lines. Shopping malls have family and bachelor sections, and public spaces are often segregated. Things are changing rapidly, however, especially for younger generations. Take entertainment, for instance. In 2018, Saudi Arabia ended a 35-year ban on cinemas. Today, young Saudis can watch the latest Hollywood blockbusters alongside their favorite Arabic films. There's also an explosion of live concerts, sporting events, and festivals, signaling a cultural revolution. So, what's life like for the nearly 13 million expatriates who live here? Expats come from all over the world, from India and the Philippines to the US and Europe. They're often drawn by high-paying jobs and tax-free salaries. But life in the kingdom can be a culture shock. Simple things like holding hands in public or wearing shorts can be frowned upon, and the legal system operates under strict Sharia law. Yet, many expats appreciate the tight-knit communities, luxurious compounds, and opportunities to save money. That's where things get really interesting. Saudi Arabia isn't all deserts and mosques. It's full of surprises that defy stereotypes. Did you know that Saudi Arabia has some of the most beautiful beaches in the world? The Red Sea coast is a diver's paradise, with coral reefs that rival those in the Maldives. And yes, it snows in Saudi Arabia. The northern regions, like Tabuk, sometimes receive snowfall, and the desert landscape turns into a winter wonderland. Riyadh and Jeddah have bustling cafe cultures, with Instagrammable coffee shops and hip-hop restaurants. Saudi youth are embracing global trends while putting their own local spin on things. Saudi Arabia is a country that is experiencing an incredibly transformative period under its Vision 2030 plan. There are several initiatives that are set to reduce Saudi Arabia's dependence on oil, as it invests in tourism, technology, and renewable energy. Some of these are NEOM, the Red Sea Project, and entertainment. The Riyadh season of concerts, exhibitions, and festivals is an example of how the kingdom is open to world culture. Vision 2030 is a new era for Saudi Arabia, in which the traditional and the modern can thrive together. But let's not get too sweet here. There are a lot of big problems in Saudi Arabia. Public executions and censorship have been going on for many years. The imprisonment of activists continues to remain an issue. Most people see these harsh realities as really hard to reconcile with this country's modern image. As Saudi Arabia moves away from oil, there's uncertainty about how the economy will sustain itself. Vision 2030 is ambitious, but critics question whether it's achievable, given the country's reliance on foreign labor and investment. Saudi Arabia is a country of great contrasts. It's a land where ancient civilizations, spiritual sanctuaries, and futuristic cities coexist. Life here is shaped by deep traditions, breathtaking landscapes, and bold ambitions for the future. For those who look beyond the stereotypes, it is an unforgettable experience, a place where history, culture, and innovation come together in ways you won't find anywhere else. So, what do you think of life in Saudi Arabia? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more explorations of the world's most fascinating places. See you in the next adventure.